Hey everybody, it's Bladmadger, and I know it's been a hot minute since I made a video. I think if it puts it in perspective, not only did YouTube still have annotations, but you could also still set annotations. That was a long time ago. Anyway, anyone who knows anything about video games knows that this week is E3, and yesterday was Nintendo's conference, and they dropped a bombshell that had me so emotional that it actually drove me to tears. They announced a game that I had completely written off, and it is Collection of Mana. Why would I write this off? It's just the first 3 Mana games, right? Well, sure, it's Final Fantasy Adventure and Secret of Mana, which we got both of those games back in the 90s. But it's also this title here. This game is one of my all-time favorites. And it never got localized ever since its release in 1995. And I didn't know the name of this game for 24 years. Because if you know anything about Mana, you know, in Japan it's called Seiken Densetsu, which translates to Legend of the Holy Sword. But this is the 3rd game in the series, and its actual English name is Trials of Mana. And today, I was so emotionally moved by the fact that it finally got localized that there was no way I could not make videos of it for all of you. When the world was shrouded in darkness, the goddess of Mana drew forth the Sword of Mana. I need to turn up my TV a little, I can't hear it at all. To smite the 8 Benevodons, monsters of destruction. She sealed the horrors inside the 8 Mana Stones, bringing the realm back from the brink. Weak from rebuilding the world, the goddess changed into a tree and fell fast asleep for years. However, the forces of evil sought to free the Benevodons to gain control of the world. They started a terrible war to further their plot and destabilize the kingdoms. Peace was at an end. Just like Secret of Mana before this, you've got some beautiful Mode 7 graphics going on. Mana itself began to disappear from the world, and the mana tree to wither. For those keeping score, the goddess is the mana tree. I don't think they called it the mana tree when it said she turned into a tree, but yeah, you get it. So, for anyone who is new to the Mana series, it's got a complicated history. It began as a Final Fantasy spin-off, hence why the first game of the series, released on Game Boy, is called Final Fantasy Adventure. This game was actually remade twice. The first remake was called Adventures of Mana, or, I'm sorry. The first remake was called Sword of Mana, and it was more of a re-envisioning. It was very different. And it took a lot of features that were present in Legend of Mana and this game. The second one was Adventures of Mana, which was a more faithful remake. And then we got the second game, which was called Secret of Mana. It was the first game that was given the title of Mana. And back in the 90s, we were all dumb kids. We didn't know what was what. We didn't have the internet to tell us that Trials of Mana, or as we knew it back then, Seiken Densetsu 3, existed. We thought the sequel to Secret of Mana was the American-made Secret of Evermore, because it used the same font, it used a lot of the graphical interface from Secret of Mana. I hope I got that straight. Anyway, we thought it was a sequel, but it's not. It has nothing to do with the Mana series, other than it uses a lot of the system and graphics interface from Secret of Mana. The real sequel to Secret of Mana is this game, but it's not really so much a sequel. If you've played Final Fantasy, it's kind of like that, although not entirely separated that way. Supposedly, all these Mana games, barring Legend of Mana, are in the same timeline of the same world, but it's not very clear how they all fit together. But this one is actually a sequel to a game that came much later called Heroes of Mana. So if you played that game, you know a little bit of what to expect here. But we've got 6 characters that we can choose from. We have to build a party of 3. This is a permanent decision. These will be your 3 characters throughout the entire game. First off, we have the swordsman, Durin. Next, we have the beastman grappler, Kevin. We have the thief, Hawkeye. And down here we have the sorceress, Angela. The young priest, Charlotte. And the fierce Amazon warrior, Reese. Now, in terms of gameplay, whichever character you pick first will be your main character, and that will ultimately determine who your final boss is and the main storyline you follow. But there are 3 storylines in the game, and you can experience most of the other 2 storylines if you pick characters that follow those. So the pairings are Durin and Angela follow one storyline, Kevin and Charlotte follow another, and Hawkeye and Reese follow another. I believe it's also considered that Durin and Angela have the hardest, and Hawkeye and Reese have the easiest. I think. I'm not sure on that second part, but I know that Durin and Angela's is considered the hardest. For this playthrough, I want to experience as much of the game as I can for you without doing multiple playthroughs, because I'm totally not going to do that for y'all. I want to give you some reason to go out and buy the game. So, I'm going to pick my favorite character, Hawkeye. And if you have played the fan translation over the last 24 years, you would have noticed that there wasn't enough room to fit his full name in there. Something that an official localization finally came along to fix. Next up, I will pick another character that I actually didn't like at first, but grew to love. And that would be Kevin. And for the third character, normally I would pick Reese, but I think I'm going to pick Angela. This way I will have one character from each of the 3 storylines. But our main storyline will be Hawkeye's. Here we are in a town in the desert, robbing the place. Where there is light, there must also be dark. So the thieves of Nevarl lived in the shadows of the world. I'm going in. Get ready. Like taking candy from a baby. now we actually have control. So, first thing I want to note is that you can run freely. If you played Secret of Mana, you know that you could dash in one direction, and then you would have to wait. No, not the case here. You can just run freely, as long as you're not in combat. Anyway, we need to open this chest. Wow. I just said that. Okay. Ah, a thief! No, not my money! Ugh, you had to make this complicated. Let me give you some advice. You've made a killing swindling those suffering around you. Now's your chance to put yourself in their shoes. Maybe you'll think twice about your dirty business practices, huh? That's rich coming from a common thief! How dare you! Ha! Touché! But something tells me you'll get over it. Farewell. Try breaking a sweat with an honest day's work for a change. Arg! And here we are now, back at the Nevarl Sand Fortress. It just said Nevarl Fortress, but I'm so used to calling it a Sand Fortress. Nevarl thieves swept through the town, stealing ill-gotten goods, while their leader, Flamecon, held down the remote fortress in the sand dunes. I've returned from the raid, sir. Well done. Oh, you haven't heard? Lord, forgive me. King Flamecon has disbanded the Thieves Guild and declared Nevarl an independent nation under his rule. We're wasting away in this desert. Mana power is shifting in the world. Our people's resources, like the water of the oasis, are drying up. We'll lay siege to the kingdom of Laurent in the north and create the Nevarl nation. Now, His Majesty has a meeting to attend, so you just sit tight. Oh, Hawkeye. When did you get back? Is something wrong? What is Flamecon thinking? He's never been ashamed of our thievery before. How can we give up our entire livelihood? Our creed? Something's not right with Isabella. I know she saved the Lord's life, but making her second in command? What's her angle? I'm sure my father has the people's interests at heart. If the wells go dry, we can't live here forever. So... But a king? He hates monarchies. So now we bleed the citizens of our new nation dry to fill the king's pockets just like our enemies? Stop insulting my father. Oh, what? Did you want to play the part of a pretty little princess, Jessica? Stop! Ooh. Slapped. That's what the 5 fingers said to the face. So Hawkeye does not like the idea of being a monarchy. He's more of a Robin Hood type at heart. And like it just wouldn't do right for the government to be stealing from their people, which is what would happen if the Thieves Guild becomes a kingdom. Now we're given control to explore the fortress. I don't think there's a whole lot to do here. It has been many years since I last played this. What'd you say to Jessica? She looked like she was crying. Never knew you were such a meanie. Such a meanie. Ugh. Language like that just exudes 90s. Gotta be prepared for a fight. It's been so long since we had a real battle. I'm ready for battle, let me tell you. Nothing to report. Well, alrighty then. I know who I have to talk to, I just don't remember how to get to them. Choices, choices. Pick the wrong door. Oh, this is Jessica. Yeah, I'm not exactly her favorite person in the world right now. Better leave her to cool down. What do you have to say? A whole army of female guards, huh? Sounds like a nice way to go. They can arrest me anytime. The Amazons guard Laurent. They're a special battalion of female soldiers, and you can bet they're strong. We got orders not to redistribute the goods from the recent raids, so the treasury's packed. You can see it from the hidden passage to the right. To the right? Oh, hey. Oh, neat. That's a lot of treasure. His Majesty is in a tactical meeting with Lady Isabella. They're discussing plans for Laurent and his chambers. Wonder where his chambers are. Eagle's in his room through that door and down the stairs. You remember, right? Yep. I think. Perhaps. Oh no, were you hungry? I was starting to clean up the banquet. It's alright. I'm on a mission. Nothing to report. This must be how to get to Eagle's chambers, right? No, this is the throne room. Citadel Laurent is supposed to be impenetrable. If we take it, the neighboring countries will definitely fall in line. And you say the same thing. Just like in many games from the 90s. Strange, there's never been a problem with the Oasis well before. Isabella told me it's the fault of the mana power shift. Did she now? Hawkeye, sir. Eagle wanted to talk to you. Okay, Eagle must have been down the other door. Hawkeye, Eagle was looking for you, you know. Those Amazon guards are no match for Nevarl and agents, am I right? I talk to you, old man? Or are you just gonna do your own thing? I guess he's gonna... hold still, you old codger. Hawkeye, any good finds lately? Oh, I suppose you won't be going on any more raids from here on out. Too bad. Okay, so this should be Eagle's room. By now, I'm sure you've heard about the invasion of Laurent. Have you noticed anything strange about my father lately? Now that you mention it. As I thought, we've grown up together here in the fortress, so I know you must see what I do. He hasn't been the same since he went missing in the dunes. Fortunately, the newcomer Isabella found him, but nothing has been the same since. If my hunch is correct, Isabella may be at the root of the problem. But no more. I will expose her for the evildoer she is. Alright, now we're talking, Eagle. Glad somebody around here has some sense. Let's follow him and give our boy some backup. Obviously, he's going to be going straight to the meeting chamber. Which I believe was over here. His Majesty said he was not to be disturbed, but Eagle just barged right past us. Shh! Stay vigilant. We'll surround them. I'll go to the other side. And he does his little ninja run over there. Understood. Do pass on my message. Hold, fiend! We have you now. Whom have you snuck into the fortress, and what have you done to my father? We'll continue when the pests are taken care of. I leave them to you. Oh, you children will find out there are things better left unseen in the world. I will have you forget my little secret, just like FlameCon. Stop manipulating my father. I'll throw you out of this fortress myself. What an innocent babe. Ah! It hurts! Eagle, what's wrong? You have to run! Must eliminate. Hawkeye must be destroyed. No, this isn't you, Eagle. Fight it! Oh dear, he can't hear you now. What will you do? Attack your friend? Or perish on his blade? I can't attack Eagle. He's my best friend! And the son of the leader of our band of thieves. No! I won't let you die! You must live. Protect Jessica. For my sake. Don't hold back. Humph. How sentimental. You won't escape this. Ah! So yeah, you have to fight him. And this gives us our first bit of combat. If you played Secret of Mana, you know that when you attack, you would have like a percentage bar. It's not like that here. You've got this little animation that Hawkeye shows by crouching for a second, and his blades light up, and that signals that you can attack again. And then you've got the bar at the bottom that fills up, that lets you use a special attack. Eagle, stay with me! You did the right thing. Humph. Still alive, I see? Allow me to fix that. That witch! Ah! Eagle! Eagle, no! You did this to Eagle, you foul! I'm done playing, child. Someone, come quick! The man's a murderer! What's the problem? No, not Eagle! How could you? Don't move! No, it wasn't me! I would never! Let me out! Murder is no laughing matter. Your execution date is being decided. I suggest you reflect on your crimes while you wait. Best be quiet, dear. If you tell anyone, your friend Jessica's life is forfeit. What have you done to her? Oh, just give her a cursed present. If you step out of line, you may not like the consequences. Powerless. Huh? Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Jessica. My brother Eagle, they're saying you did it. That can't be. No one was closer to my brother than you. You couldn't have. So tell me, who killed my brother? I talked to her, and her life is forfeit. Please tell me, who was it? Well, why won't you say anything? No, it couldn't be. But you and Eagle... Jessica! Let me out. Huh? Huh. I knew you were framed. We need to get away from here. Quick, through this hole. We gotta move. Meow. Alright. We are free. Thanks to Niccolo. But now we gotta get out of the castle. Or fortress. This cursed present Mew mentioned, I think it's the legendary Choker of Death. If the stories are true, once Mew put it on, Mew can never take it off. And if Isabella dies, Jessica will die with her. But the Priest of Light in the Holy City window might have some leads. Mew should leave Nevarl and find the priest. I'll take care of things here. But, okay, I trust you, Niccolo. Take care of Jessica while I'm gone. Mew, take care of me yourself. I'll look after Jessica. The prisoner is loose! Stop him! A level 1 assassin. So, we got some assassins to deal with. They'll periodically show up, I believe, until we get free. Kinda wish I'd gotten a heal. So I'm like, almost dead now? Okay, there was nothing up here. The door is shut. Eagle, don't worry. I won't let anything happen to Jessica. I have to leave now, but I will be back to avenge your death, dearest friend, and save your sister. I hope Jessica will stay safe until then. Hawkeye, pained by the loss of his dear friends, set off for Wendell to find a way to lift Jessica's curse. No one could know that the wheels of fate were already turning for Hawkeye, whose story had only just begun. So that is the intro segment for Hawkeye. Each of the 6 characters has their own unique intro segment that you obviously only get to play when that character is chosen as your main character. Eventually the storylines do kind of converge, but it's not until after the intro point. But regardless who you pick, you'll always get your second character at a certain point, and you'll always get your third character at a certain point. That doesn't change. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this longer than usual episode. I just wanted to get through the intro. And here we are at the Jad Stronghold. Something's not right with the town. Watch yourself. Now, all I want to do is find a place to save. Beast Ludgar, huh? Jad belongs to Ferolia. Don't resist, and we may spare you. Ferolian forces have taken the town and closed the docks. My ship's stuck in the harbor until who knows when. Hey, could you give a girl some peace and quiet? Back off! Can't get anything past me. Okay. I don't remember if I can save at the inn or not. Yes, okay. I can save here. And that's where we're going to end things off. So, thank you guys for watching. It has been my absolute pleasure to finally bring a video of Trials of Mana to you, YouTube. I'm going to do my best to try and have daily uploads of this, so see you guys tomorrow.